Hello, dear friends. I'm Alder Santos, and welcome to our channel, Baseball Legends. In the vast universe of baseball, few moments manage to transcend the sport and enter collective memory as true historic milestones. Among these unforgettable instances, one name shines with unique intensity: Joe Carter, a player who, for decades, roamed the fields of Major League Baseball with talent and determination, but who, on a decisive night in October 1993, became a legend. His powerful and precise swing not only decided a game, but forever changed the fate of a franchise and the history of world baseball. Imagine the overwhelming pressure of being in the ninth inning of a championship-deciding game, with millions of eyes watching and a legion of fans eagerly awaiting the outcome. It was in this electrifying setting that Joe Carter stepped up to the plate, carrying not only the responsibility of a team, but the weight of an entire city and nation. His story goes far beyond that single home run, but it is exactly that moment that encapsulates the essence of what it means to be an athlete capable of shining when everything is on the line. A rare combination of talent, courage, and opportunity that few manage to achieve. Watch this video until the end and then tell us, which moment of Joe Carter's career surprised you the most? Leave your comment below, share your stories and opinions, and together let's celebrate the life and legacy of this great baseball legend. But who is Joe Carter, the man behind that immortal moment? How did his journey from the fields of Oklahoma City prepare him for glory? What were the challenges, achievements, and battles that shaped the player and the charismatic figure he became? In this content, we will explore the life and career of one of MLB's greatest names, revealing fascinating details and stories few know, to understand not only the player but the eternal legacy he left in the hearts of baseball fans around the world. Joe Carter was born on March 7, 1960, in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, into a family that strongly valued sports and discipline. From an early age, he was encouraged to try different sports, which gave him a solid athletic foundation. Carter played basketball, football, and even participated in track and field, but it was baseball that became his true passion. As a child, he showed above-average motor coordination and a game sense that caught the attention of coaches and peers. His childhood was marked by training in makeshift fields, neighborhood games, and constant family support, which recognized his talent and encouraged him to pursue the dream of becoming a professional player. During his school years, Carter stood out not only for his skill, but also for his natural leadership and work ethic. He understood that talent was important, but that daily effort would make all the difference on the path to success. In youth tournaments, his ability to hit with power and consistency already placed him above most athletes his age. This combination of strength, speed, and game intelligence allowed him to secure spots on competitive teams, enabling him to face more experienced opponents and sharpen his skills under pressure. Entering high school, Carter was already seen as a real prospect for college baseball and, eventually, MLB. His performance attracted the attention of scouts and coaches, who saw in him a complete player capable of contributing both offensively and defensively. He also showed an uncommon maturity. For his age, understanding the importance of balancing academics and sports, something that would later help in his professional career. It was during this phase that Carter began dedicating himself more intensely to baseball, leaving other sports aside to focus on what he truly wanted to pursue as a profession. The sports environment of Oklahoma City, combined with family support and his personal determination, was essential in shaping the athlete Carter would become. He grew up in an era when training relied much more on practice and repetition on the field than on technology or specialized programs, which gave him physical and mental resilience. This solid foundation, built over his youth years, not only developed his technical skills, but also forged the competitive and resilient character that would mark his entire baseball career. Upon entering Wichita State University, Joe Carter found the perfect environment to polish his skills and transform his natural talent into high-level performance. The university had a competitive baseball program, with experienced coaches and a sports culture that encouraged excellence. Carter quickly stood out as one of the most dangerous hitters on the team, combining physical strength with refined technique. His presence on the field was striking, confident at the plate, fast on the bases, and with impressive defensive range in the outfield. These attributes soon placed him among the most respected players in the collegiate conference. During his first seasons, Carter not only maintained consistent performance, but also showed steady improvement, which caught the attention of Major League Baseball scouts. He worked tirelessly in training, seeking to improve his swing, reaction time, and pitch reading. This dedication resulted in impressive stats, with high batting averages and consistent defensive production. Beyond his remarkable statistics, Carter also stood out for his team spirit, being a natural motivator for teammates both on and off the field. The turning point in Carter's college career came when he began participating in national tournaments and championships, facing the best teams and prospects in the country. In these competitions, he proved that his talent was not just regional but national in scope. His performance against elite pitchers, many of whom would become future MLB players, solidified his reputation as one of the top talents in college baseball. It was during this period that scouts started seeing him not just as a good player, but as a future professional star. Carter's time at Wichita State was also marked by moments of learning and overcoming adversity. He faced periods of low performance, something natural in any athlete's journey, but he always found ways to adjust his game and come back stronger. This resilience was a trait that drew attention, showing he did not rely solely on raw talent, but possessed a competitive mindset and adaptability. Furthermore, the college experience helped him mature emotionally, learning to handle pressure and rising expectations as his name gained prominence. In his final years at Wichita State, Carter had already become a team reference and a key player in the coach's strategies. His ability to decide important games and remain productive throughout the season made him an indispensable piece. He accumulated individual awards and recognitions, reinforcing the perception that he was ready to take the next step. His performance not only benefited the team, but also helped project the university as one of the powerhouses in the college baseball scene. By the end of his college career, Carter had earned the respect of coaches, teammates, and opponents, as well as attracted intense attention from several MLB franchises. His combination of power at the plate, defensive skills, and winning mindset placed him among the most sought-after draft prospects. What began as a childhood dream, nurtured in neighborhood fields in Oklahoma City, was about to come true. He was now on the radar of the major leagues and ready to begin his professional journey. Joe Carter's talent, honed during his years at Wichita State University, reached its peak attention from Major League Baseball scouts in 1981. His impressive offensive performance and complete athletic ability made him one of the most coveted players of that year. In the 1981 MLB draft, the Chicago Cubs did not hesitate to select him as the second overall pick, a clear indication of the high expectations for him. This moment represented the realization of a dream Carter had carried since childhood and the beginning of a new phase marked by greater challenges, adapting to a much higher level of competition and the need to prove day after day that he deserved such a high draft status. After being drafted, Carter began his path in the Chicago Cubs minor league system, where he could gradually transition to professional baseball. Despite his raw talent, he knew it was necessary to fine-tune technical details, especially in his swing and plate discipline, to face more experienced and strategic pitchers. In the minors, Carter quickly showed flashes of the player he could become, putting up solid numbers and standing out for his power hitting and speed on the bases. His steady progression was closely monitored by the organization, which saw in him a future key piece to revitalize the major league team. In 1983, just 2 years after being drafted, Carter finally made his Major League Baseball debut wearing the Chicago Cubs uniform. The jump to the big leagues was a reality check, as it is for many rookies, since the technical and mental demands were much higher. Still, Carter showed confidence and a willingness to learn quickly, absorbing advice from veteran players and coaches. Although his initial stats were not spectacular, the energy and potential he displayed on the field confirmed that he had the tools to build a long and productive career. The start of his MLB career was also a period of accelerated maturity. Carter learned to deal with constant travel, media pressure, and fan expectations, all while trying to secure a starting spot. His aggressive style at the plate and defensive versatility, able to play primarily in the outfield but also other positions if needed, gave the Cubs more strategic options. Even though his initial time with the team was relatively short, it was during this period that he began to shape the identity of a competitive, hard-working player capable of deciding games, qualities that later led him to historic moments in the league. After his debut with the Chicago Cubs in 1983, Joe Carter quickly realized that his future in MLB would involve significant changes. Despite his evident potential, the Cubs sought roster adjustments and ended up involving Carter in trades that would alter the course of his career. The first major trade happened in 1984 when he was sent to the Cleveland Indians in a move aimed at strengthening strategic areas for both teams. For Carter, this transfer was more than just a change of city. It was an opportunity to establish himself as an everyday starter and consistently showcase his full offensive arsenal with the Cleveland Indians. Carter quickly became one of the team's central pieces. He combined power hitting with speed to steal bases, a rare package that made him a constant threat to opposing defenses. It was during this period that his most complete seasons began to emerge, with marks surpassing 30 home runs and 100 RBIs, numbers that placed him among the league's most productive hitters. His ability to drive in runs in clutch moments and change the course of a game with a single swing earned him respect from both teammates and opponents. Beyond his offensive performance, Carter was also known for his durability and consistency. He rarely suffered significant injuries, and his constant presence in the lineup provided stability to the team. This reliability helped him gain status as a leader in the clubhouse, even on a Cleveland Indians team that, at the time, was not in its most competitive years. Still, his individual production attracted attention from other franchises, which saw him as a piece capable of elevating any lineup's offensive level. It was this market value that would later make him a protagonist in high-impact trades. Those early years between the Cubs and Indians were fundamental for Carter to consolidate his identity as a player. He proved he could combine power and speed, leading the team in several offensive statistics and building a reputation as a complete athlete. At the same time, he learned to handle the pressure of being the offensive reference for a team and the responsibility of maintaining high-level performance season after season. This combination of talent, experience, and competitive mindset laid the groundwork for the next phases of his career, including stints with other teams and, later, a central role in one of MLB's most iconic moments. Joe Carter built his MLB reputation as a complete player, capable of influencing the game in many ways. His playing style was marked by the rare combination of power at the plate and the ability to produce runs in crucial moments. Carter was not just a slugger who relied on home runs. He also possessed a keen sense of timing, knowing when to adjust his swing for contact and when to look for a long hit. This offensive versatility made him an intimidating presence for opposing pitchers, who knew that any mistake in pitch location could result in immediate damage. His consistency throughout the seasons, accumulating high numbers of home runs and RBIs, reinforced his status as one of the most reliable hitters of his era. Beyond his offensive impact, Carter stood out for his competitive mindset and leadership presence. He didn't need fiery speeches to motivate his teammates. His example on the field, training with dedication and playing every game with intensity, was enough to inspire the team. This presence in the clubhouse was valued by every team he played for, as he knew how to balance seriousness with camaraderie, creating an environment of trust and unity. Younger players often sought his advice, and Carter had the ability to share practical lessons based on real in-game experience. Defensively, Carter was solid and versatile, primarily playing in the outfield but willing to adapt to the team's needs. He had a good read on the trajectory of hit balls and the speed to cover ground, along with a reliable arm for precise throws. This combination of defensive skill and offensive production made him a valuable asset for any lineup. More than just numbers, his style of play conveyed confidence. He was the type of athlete coaches wanted on the field in crucial moments. Someone capable of delivering results under pressure while maintaining the calm needed to execute with quality. Joe Carter joined the Toronto Blue Jays in 1991 as part of one of the most impactful trades of the time, quickly becoming a cornerstone of the team. His offensive presence and experience were exactly what the Canadian franchise needed to take the next step toward a championship. From the start, Carter took a central role in the lineup, contributing firepower at the plate and leadership in the clubhouse. His ability to drive in runs and change the course of decisive games helped solidify the Blue Jays as a dominant force in the American League. The impact was immediate. With Carter in the lineup, Toronto gained consistency and confidence, beginning a golden era in the team's history. The 1992 season marked the start of the Blue Jays dynasty, with Carter playing a key role in that achievement. Alongside stars like Roberto Alomar, John Olerud, and Devin White, he provided balance between power and consistency in the offense. During the 1992 World Series against the Atlanta Braves, Carter was essential in pressure moments, contributing not only important hits but also strategic leadership, helping the team win its first championship in franchise history. His ability to remain productive in high-stakes games earned him respect not only from Canadian fans, but also from opponents and sports commentators. In 1993, Carter and the Blue Jays not only repeated their success, but did so in an even more memorable way. The team returned to the World Series, this time facing the Philadelphia Phillies, and Carter etched his name forever in baseball history with one of MLB's most iconic moments, the walk-off home run in Game 6 that secured back-to-back championships. For Toronto, that hit, which ended the series and clinched the title, remains one of the sport's most striking images, immortalizing Carter as a national hero in Canada. His time with the Blue Jays wasn't just about championships. It was about building a winning identity, inspiring a generation of fans, and leaving a legacy still celebrated today. The most emblematic moment of Joe Carter's career happened on October 23, 1993, in Game 6 of the World Series between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Philadelphia Phillies. The Blue Jays led the series 3-2, but were trailing 6-5 in the bottom of the ninth inning. With two runners on base and immense pressure on his shoulders, Carter stepped up to the plate against pitcher Mitch Williams. The atmosphere at Skydome was electric, with over 50,000 fans anticipating a miracle. Williams threw a fastball on the inside corner of the strike zone, and Carter, with his quick and powerful swing, connected a hit that soared over the left field wall, sealing an 8-6 victory and the franchise's second consecutive title. The impact of that home run was immediate and historic. Carter became only the second player in MLB history to end a World Series with a walk-off home run, a feat still remembered with reverence today. The image of him rounding the bases with arms raised, smiling and hopping with pure joy, became an immortal symbol of the sport. For Canadian fans, that moment not only secured the back-to-back championships, but also cemented baseball as part of the country's sporting identity. The hit became one of the league's eternal highlights, replayed countless times in broadcasts, documentaries, and historic celebrations. Beyond its sporting importance, the 1993 home run represented the pinnacle of Joe Carter's career and defined his legacy. He was already recognized as one of MLB's most consistent and productive hitters, but that instant elevated him to legendary status. The achievement demonstrated his ability to stay calm under extreme pressure and deliver at the most crucial moment, something few athletes can do. To this day, his name is synonymous with clutch hitter, the player who shows up when the game is on the line. For Toronto, Canada, and World Baseball, that swing was more than a play. It was a moment of pure sporting magic, capable of transcending generations. Throughout his Major League Baseball career, Joe Carter built an impressive resume filled with accomplishments that place him among the great hitters of his generation. He was selected for the All-Star Game 5 times, a direct recognition of his consistency and impact on the field. More than isolated numbers, Carter represented reliability. Year after year, he delivered robust offensive production, leading or ranking among the league leaders in stats like home runs, RBIs, and extra base hits. His 2 World Series titles, one in 1992 and 1993 with the Toronto Blue Jays, solidified his reputation as a decisive and winning player, capable of delivering results in the most critical moments. Carter's numbers speak for themselves. At the end of his career, he amassed more than 1,400 RBIs, placing him on an exclusive list of highly productive hitters. He also surpassed the 350 home run mark, reinforcing his status as a constant threat at the plate. The ability to combine power and consistency earned him respect from opponents and fear from pitchers. His presence in the lineup meant that even on days when he wasn't at his best, he could change the course of a game with a single hit. This combination of durability, talent, and offensive efficiency made him one of the most relevant names in MLB during the 1980s and 1990s. Beyond his performance on the field, Carter also left a mark through his longevity and ability to remain competitive at different stages of his career. He knew how to adapt his game as he aged, preserving his productivity and continuing to contribute to the teams he played for. His career is an example of how talent combined with discipline and a winning mentality can produce consistent results over nearly 2 decades at the highest level of baseball. Even years after his retirement, Joe Carter is remembered not only for the historic 1993 home run, but also for a full career marked by significant achievements and numbers that uphold his legacy as one of the great hitters of his era after retiring. As a player, Joe Carter maintained a close relationship with baseball, becoming a sports commentator and game analyst. His on-field experience, combined with his ability to communicate clearly and engagingly, made him a respected and charismatic voice in broadcasts. Carter had a gift for explaining strategies and key moments in an accessible way for viewers, sharing behind-the-scenes stories and offering unique insights into the mindset of a professional player. His media presence was not only informative but also entertaining, reinforcing his image as a friendly and approachable figure for fans of all ages. Alongside his work as a commentator, Carter became involved in social and charitable projects. He participated in numerous fundraising events, charity golf tournaments, and initiatives aimed at underprivileged communities, using his name and prestige to open doors and mobilize resources. He consistently expressed gratitude for the opportunities the sport had given him and sought to give back by supporting causes related to young athletes, child health, and education. This philanthropic stance strengthened the perception that, beyond being a great player, Carter is a person committed to making a difference off the field. Even decades after his playing days ended, Joe Carter remains a beloved and influential figure in the baseball world. His frequent appearances at commemorative events, such as anniversaries of the Blue Jays championships and special MLB ceremonies, keep his connection with fans alive. Carter carries the charisma and energy that defined his playing days, always willing to revisit historic moments and engage with supporters. More than a successful former athlete, he has established himself as a true ambassador of the sport, preserving and celebrating baseball's legacy for future generations. Joe Carter is undoubtedly one of the most iconic figures in baseball history, especially for Toronto Blue Jays fans and the Canadian public in general. His name is forever linked to one of Major League Baseball's most dramatic and unforgettable moments, the walk-off home run in the 1993 World Series. That play not only decided a game and a championship, but also elevated Carter to the status of a sports hero who transcends the field, becoming a symbol of perseverance, talent, and the ability to shine under pressure. For Toronto fans, he is more than a player. He is an icon who helped build the identity and pride of a franchise that was still seeking its place among baseball's global powers. Beyond the immediate impact of that historic hit, Carter's legacy goes far beyond that specific episode. Throughout his career, he demonstrated qualities that define great athletes: consistency, professionalism, leadership, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. His steady performance over nearly 2 decades set a standard for players who followed, showing that success depends not only on natural talent, but also on hard work and continuous dedication. Carter influenced both his teammates and future generations, inspiring young athletes to pursue their dreams with courage and discipline. His name often comes up in discussions about the best hitters of his era, and his playing style is studied by coaches and players eager to learn the art of combining power with intelligence at the plate. Joe Carter's legacy is also evident in how he keeps the spirit of baseball alive off the field. By participating in events, working as a commentator, and engaging in charitable activities, he contributes to the sport's appreciation and growth. His image as a charismatic and approachable athlete makes him a true ambassador for baseball, capable of attracting new fans and preserving its history for future generations. Even after retiring, Carter continues to be celebrated not only for his achievements, but also for the cultural and emotional impact he had on fans' lives. He is living proof that a moment of glory can immortalize a career and transform a player into a legend. Joe Carter is, without a doubt, one of the most memorable and inspiring figures in baseball history. His career is a living testament to how talent, dedication, and resilience can come together to create truly unforgettable moments in sports. More than numbers and statistics, Carter teaches us the importance of being ready to seize opportunities when they arise, especially under extreme pressure. His walk-off home run in the 1993 World Series was not just a powerful hit, but a symbol of the competitive spirit that defines great athletes. Reflecting on Joe Carter's journey is to recognize that success in sports and in life comes not just from raw talent, but from hard work and the right mindset. Carter faced challenges, team changes, and moments of uncertainty, but he never gave up on his goal. He shows us that persistence is key to overcoming obstacles and that every stage, even the small ones, contributes to preparing for the big moment. This lesson goes far beyond baseball. It is valuable for any area of life. Another important aspect of his story is how Carter handled pressure and expectations. Playing in high-stakes situations, with millions watching, can paralyze even the most talented. But he managed to turn that pressure into fuel for his best performance. This ability to stay calm and focused when everything is on the line is rare and admirable, inspiring us to develop our own resilience in the face of everyday challenges. Moreover, Carter's legacy transcends his individual achievements. He became an icon for an entire generation, especially for Toronto Blue Jays fans, who saw in him a symbol of pride and hope. His cultural impact on Canadian baseball helped strengthen the country's passion for the sport, showing that a single moment of brilliance can transform a whole community. This social influence is an essential part of what makes his story so powerful and enduring. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave your like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you're alerted whenever new content is posted, and don't forget to comment and share with your friends. It is also worth highlighting Joe Carter's role off the field, where he continued to contribute to the sport and society. His work as a commentator, participation in charitable events, and commitment to inspiring young athletes reveal a generous and dedicated character. He is an example that true legacy goes beyond trophies. It lies in the people we touch, the values we pass on, and the inspiration we leave for future generations. Finally, Joe Carter's story invites us to reflect on the power of sports as a source of emotion, overcoming obstacles, and unity. Moments like his decisive home run can connect people, transcend borders, and create collective memories that withstand time. In a world where uncertainty is constant, stories like his remind us of the beauty of human perseverance and the ability to turn dreams into reality. Joe Carter is not just a player. He is a living legend whose influence and inspiration will last forever. Until the next journey, dear friends and baseball lovers,